Hi, and welcome to Freelancer Showcase, hosted by Slice Creative Network and TETV. My name is Melody Matheny, and I'm the founder of Slice Creative Network. We're interviewing talented creative freelancers who work in the themed entertainment industry. And today we have with us a video producer named Joshua Leppert. Welcome, Joshua.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hi, thanks for coming on the show.
You got it.
So tell the viewers, what disciplines do you work in?
So you hit the nail right on the head. I'm a video producer. I'm a digital media producer and editor. That's the long form title, but not something you see a lot in themed entertainment, but here I am.
That's right, but very necessary. All right, where have you worked in the past?
My main body of work was with Walt Disney Imagineering. I did a professional internship with them from May of 2018 to May of 2019. So that's the bulk of my themed entertainment experience, but I have since worked with other vendors and such.
Excellent. And where are you currently located?
I'm currently in Orlando, Florida.
All right, just like me. Great, Joshua. Well, can you please share your portfolio with us?
Absolutely. Let's get it up right now.
Thank you.
So first, if you can still hear me, I've got my creative reel. Now, granted, my creative reel is a little bit old, but you'll see some relevant things in there that I'll touch on as well. It's pulling from YouTube, so. This is just a little bit of my creative style, how I like to shoot certain things. In themed entertainment, obviously, it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be so artsy unless I'm working on an attraction that calls for something like that. But this is just kind of an array of the different camera equipment that I use and the different stylistic techniques that I use when I shoot video. So just a quick example. This is actually something I will talk about a little bit further after this video is over. This was a short film that I worked on that won a couple awards. And then as I got gradually further into my college career, I did a lot of Disney-type fandom things, which transitioned into a couple other paid line of business workings as well. Just a little bit about me. So you'll see one specific part in here is this part that kind of dealt with some VR and effects, things like that. And this was a project that I did for the Disney Imaginations competition, which is a competition through Disney, specifically through Walt Disney Imagineering, that gets college kids kind of interested into the process of what Imagineers do for Disney on a daily basis. So my entry was one that made it to the semifinals. It was mainly video-centric, not just submission-wise, but in the entire project as well. My themed entertainment experience had a lot of video in it, and I think that's one of the main things that led me to WDI. And at WDI, I was a show awareness professional intern, and I dealt with show awareness and show quality standards. And they were a team of teachers and artists within WDI. The main disciplines were sculpting, painting, topiaries, and audio animatronics. But the show awareness section that I went in, dealt with all of the documentation that went along with that. So we got to take photos and video of all of these special things that were going on that the artists were producing within WDI. So I can't show these because these are all NDA. So here are just a couple of screenshots that we've got. And this is on the right, Imagineer Arissa McCarran and Show Awareness. We were doing a welcome video for cast members coming to work at the new and improved Old Port Royale at Caribbean Beach. So this is a Caribbean Beach Resort welcome video. But I also got to work with a bunch of other legendary creative minds like Joe Rohde, Portfolio Creative Executive for a bunch of different locations. I should say now former Portfolio Creative Executive. But this particular video was for an Animal Kingdom story documentation project that was very, very fun to work on. And this particular brand of video led me to work in some attractions, believe it or not. Project producers had me transition into an extra role on my internship. Aside from working in show awareness, they wanted me to work as a videographer on certain attraction projects. And I have an example that has gone public. So this is obviously the new Q video at Kilimanjaro Safaris, which is something that I worked heavily on with a whole bunch of other videographers. And then my next one is my pride and joy. This was the new Barn Theater video at Living with the Land. This was kind of quote unquote my project, where Michael Wells, the Epcot art director, gave me pretty much total creative reign to do whatever I wanted to do in this space video wise. And I had a lot of fun doing that. So my internship unfortunately had to end, but a vendor I worked with a lot at WDI during my internship welcomed me with open arms to lead their Disney production unit. So I did the same basic thing that I did in my internship, just now for a third-party company. Now, it was a little bit interesting in this role because we did both internal stuff, especially with show awareness, like I showed earlier, but we also did public projects. And these next few examples were from Disney Parks blog videos. This one in particular has not been released yet, so I can only still show a screenshot. This is Tom Fitzgerald inside the construction site of Space 220, the new restaurant coming to Epcot next to Mission Space. And this is Andrew Lockington, a music composer. We recorded this at Abbey Road Studios in London, where he had just finished composing the music to, this was, Canada Far and Wide, excuse me. I had a mind blank there, but the new Circle Vision video in the Canada Pavilion at Epcot. This also led me to other attraction projects like this video that I'm going to show, just in a third-party capacity. So some other things that I worked on were Rise of the Resistance. We did a couple of Q videos, and I worked on the Rey hologram as well, which was very cool. Now I can show it. It's public. Led to other work with different video production divisions inside the Disney company. This specifically is Disney Parks Live Entertainment. We did a lot of work, like I just showed you, with the internal attraction components to Rise of the Resistance, but we also got to do some opening day stuff with Rise of the Resistance as well. I'll show a little bit of this, not a whole ton, but we got to work with a whole bunch of celebrities who got to ride Rise of the Resistance on the opening day before all of the guests did, and before the opening celebrations. So this was video that me and some of the other members of my team took, and some interviews that we shot with a whole bunch of cool people in, in the world of entertainment. So we've also done work in my segment after Disney with other themed entertainment companies. So these are just a few examples. It's an example of videography and graphics that I had done for SeaWorld's group events division. Neat video project we got to work on with them. Here is an example of logo graphics that I've done for IAPA for one of the expos that they had put on. Here is an example of a construction time lapse that I had done for Great Wolf Lodge. They did a Halloween thing where they put together a balloon diorama of a large spider and set it up in their lobby. So that was a very, very fun thing to go in video. And then lastly, we've done work with Hilton as well. So this is just kind of another example of the breadth of different intentions of video production and its uses. This one specifically was both for hotel internal usage and for distribution to local news outlets as well, in case they wanted to use some B-roll footage if they were talking about Hilton as a company. So that's what I've got for that, and I will turn it back to you, Melody, for further questions.
All right, thank you so much. Your portfolio just kept getting better and better. I was like, wow, this is a great train to be on. Thank you for
I've done
sharing.
some fun things, I admit.
Yeah, it looks like lots of fun work. That's great. So you clearly do a lot of things, but do you have any other disciplines that you work in or areas of interest that you wanted to share with the viewers?
So specifically for most of the things that I had shown in my portfolio, I was either behind the camera or behind the computer in the editing bay. But I do a lot of the paperwork side as well, which is something that I think a lot of people tend to stray away from, is the production side of themed entertainment projects. So I have produced some attractions, especially at Disney. I produced a couple refurbishments for rides in Magic Kingdom. Those still haven't quite been finished yet, but again, a lot of personnel management and project management all on paper that didn't include a camera or any editing software. So I do like to produce park projects as well.
You're a very organized person, I can tell.
I
That's
tend to
great.
be, but just don't take a look at my desk.
Well, what programs do you work in?
So I am a champion of the entire Adobe Creative Suite as a whole. My main video production program is Premiere Pro, but I also do extra editing work in After Effects as well as Audition for sound editing. But my work generally, especially for graphics, leads me over into Photoshop and Illustrator as well. So pretty much that entire creative suite is something that I have a high level of proficiency in.
Excellent. Well, if someone is interested in talking more with you or learning more about you, how should they do that? What's the best way to
Sure.
contact you?
So I've got a portfolio URL where the video that you saw first came from. That is hoseyproductions.com. That's just my nickname. It's nothing professional at the moment. And I'm trying to update that, but NDAs kind of get in the way a little bit. So we're doing the best we can there. But I also do have an email, and that is sunshinemediame@gmail.com. I'm trying to grow an LLC of mine, so Sunshine Media Marketing and Events is my company. And again, that's sunshinemediame@gmail.com. That's the best way to reach me for business stuff.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Joshua. It's great to see you and great to see your
Yeah,
work. Thank you for sharing.
absolutely. Thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. All right. See you soon.
Sounds great. Take care.